I'm Teacher Mike. I help adults like you learn real English that they can use in their daily lives. And today, we are talking about the differences between can you, could you, and would you when making requests. And first things first, yes, there are actually many different ways that we can use can, could, and would. Can is often used for ability. For example, I can speak English. Can you speak English? Could is often used for ability in the past. For example, when I was a child, I could run very fast. It's also used for possibility. For example, it could rain later today. Would is often used for things that are not real. For example, if I were rich, I would travel around the world. It's also used for past habits. For example, when I was a child, I would go to the park every day after school. But again, in this video today, we are only talking about how we use these words when making requests, or asking someone to do something for us. Now, let's start with can and could. For example, can you help me? And could you help me? These both mean the same thing. They mean that I want you to help me, but I'm not sure if you can help me. And if you can help me, I'm not sure if you will help me. Although they mean the same thing, could is just a bit more correct and a bit more polite sounding. However, in my daily life, talking to friends and family, I probably use can you a lot more often than I use could you. This is because can you is informal, and most of the time, when talking to friends and family, the language that we use is informal. However, in some situations, we should use language that is a bit more polite and a bit more formal. For example, if you are talking to your boss, a customer, or a guest, could you is usually the better choice. So yeah, can you and could you mean the same thing. Could you is just a bit more polite and a bit more formal. So then, what about would you? The main difference with would you is that we usually use this one when we already believe that the other person can help us. Again, with can you and could you, we often don't know if the other person can help us. But with would you, we already believe that they can. So it basically means, I know that you can, but I'm not sure if you will. Would you help me is basically just a more polite way of saying, please help me. And the reason that it is more polite is just that we are asking a question instead of making an order. And asking someone to do something is usually more polite than telling someone to do something. Now let's do a very quick review to make sure that we understand everything. Can you, could you, and would you are all used to make requests. We use can you and could you when we are not sure if the other person is able to help us. They mean the same thing, but could you is just a bit more formal and a bit more polite. So we usually use these two when we are unsure about the other person's ability to help us. But would you help me basically means, I know you can help me. Please help me. Also, as an English learner, it's good for you to know about these differences. But it's also important to remember that these differences are really small, and most of the time it really doesn't matter which one you use. And like I said in the beginning, there are also lots of other ways that we can use can, could, and would. So if you would like to learn more about the differences between could and would when talking about the past, make sure to watch this video right here. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.